Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Ayutthaya. And what we're going to take a look at today is we're going to take a look at a really ancient temple as far as temples here in Thailand go, or in Ayutthaya. We're going to look at Wat Khun Mueang Chai. The reason I say it's ancient is they believe this actually predates the foundation of Ayutthaya in 1351. They say that this was maybe Lopburi era when the Khmer were up in Lopburi, or it could be Dewadi. The temple is right kind of in the middle of the island. There used to be a canal that went right down what is the street now, and they've filled it in. So this was right on the boundary of the canal, or right on the edge. So we're gonna walk through here. There's like mainly 4 structures that are important. The chedi is probably the best, and it is a chedi that resembles one that's at Wat Ayodhya. And Ayutthaya is where the Khmer settlement was over in this part of Thailand. So anyway, we're gonna walk through here. We'll look at that, the chedi, we'll look at the old residence building and see what we see today. And as you can see, this is Ayutthaya. So this is where the old canal was. They filled it in, and now it's just a road. And it's normal Thailand, so you get a lot of road, just traffic jams. So here is the site itself. It's not overly large, but the chedi is really, really spectacular. And it's a chedi that was built over the top of another chedi. And then you have another hall over there that has kind of a building that's a kilter. And then on the northern part is the residence, or maybe place for the high-ranking monk or something in the residential building. The Fine Arts Department have came in here and restored it. This temple was also restored several times back when it was being used. It was restored in the 14th century and again later on in the late Ayutthaya era. And it's pretty interesting. There's quite a bit here. I mean, it is a small footprint, but there's quite a bit. Like here, this is the ubosot, and you can see it is 9 meters wide by 18.5 meters long. You can see the foundation is cracked here. Now, what I came over here for is to kind of look around Ayutthaya today to see if there was any earthquake damage. But it doesn't look like anything I've seen. I went all around the historical park, and I'm not seeing any damage that was done to any of these ruins. So this is the ubosot, or the prayer hall. And you can see they've came over here and shored up that wall to keep it from collapsing. And then you have all the sandstone Buddha images here. You can see the legs, some of the torsos, just the various pieces of them. And then kind of the bricks that have collapsed down. So this would have been like a pedestal right here, which would have had a Buddha image in it. Now it just has a tree growing up there. And you can see the construction of the walls. So it had the brick. Doesn't look like it had any support beams. Actually it does, I can see them right here now. So this would have had the support beams also inside here to keep the roof up. And then this would have been a walkway down. You got a Buddha image sitting right there by the door. Check out that tree. And then the Fine Arts Department's trying to keep it from collapsing down. Now I would love it if they'd come in here and put, you know, at least 2 more of the walls up to kind of keep it supported, because this wall will eventually just collapse down. You can see a little bit of the plaster that's remaining on these walls. They also come back in whenever they restore them, and they put just a little bit of plaster on it so you can kind of see, you can visualize kind of what it would have looked like. So we have some of the smaller auxiliary chedis here. Some of them are on square pedestals, some of them are on octagon. And then the highlight is this chedi. It is just massive. And you can see where they built a chedi over the top of the existing chedi. You can see the bell and then another bell, and then these detail work here. And what's cool is you can still see a little bit of the figures that are in those little notches. Now you would have had a walkway up there that would have had little tiny chedis on the corners, but now there's no stairs to get up there to that. And you can see this chedi here is in terrible shape. It's kind of collapsing down here on the corner. And then this would have had more styling around it. But I like how you can still see those little plaster figures. That one's face is about to crack off. And these little chedis over here, you can see they would have been octagonal. And then where we're headed is to that little residence hall that's right over there. So this would have had a moat around it also. You can see over there kind of the tall grass, and then the perimeter wall right here. And then you can see a little bit more of the styling of this chedi. You had the plaster work right there, and there would have been a notch for some standing images. And then you can see the top of it that's all collapsed off. Now there's a couple mentions of this temple. Even though it's really, really old, there's not a whole lot known about it. They don't know when it was built or who built it. They think it's tied to like an oath-giving ceremony. They talk about King Narai doing like the swearing allegiance at a temple with this name. And then another one of the Thai kings also talks about the oath swearing at this. So they're gonna wrap something with that cloth right there. This is plaster and brick. And then some more chedis over here. And then one of the halls right there. Now I don't know if that'll come out on the camera, but you can see the styling in that plaster. So they've actually made little chedis in it. Oh, that's really cool. And then more of the style down here over the top of those Corsa bricks. And then you can see some of the other little nooks for some of the images. And then this little chedi here is quite cool. Now it's hollow. There would have been a relic or something inside of here. And now it's all gone. And the top of the bell is also gone. But it is really, really slanted, tilting over. And you can see here where they cut those bricks down and sharpened them, and then they would have had plaster work all around, and this would have been an octagon over there. And you can see that the Fine Arts Department restored the wood up at the top, and it's just hollow now. There would have been an image or something, and they put some wood up there to keep the bats out of it. All right, so we're walking around this big hall here. You can see they would have had chedis, and like this would have been like a little room, maybe like a shrine or something like that. Now this site here is it's free. It's not part of the pay site that is like the historical park. This is a registered landmark, but it's just free and open to the public. You just come up here and you can climb around and look at it. And you'll be the only one here. As you can see from the video, there's no one else out enjoying this today. Even though the busy road is over there, all the locals just buzz by and they never stop. And this is the other hall that's over on the west side of that chedi. So you can see it would have had the support columns also inside. They would have been octagonal shape. And then here would have been the outside, and there would have been this chedi right here and several others. That one's in really bad shape. This one still has a little bit of the plaster, and then there's part of the top of it that's collapsed over, and then two others that are in various state of disrepair. And then this would have been where the Buddha images were. You can see again parts of them up there. You see the legs and the hands and the torso right there, and just some of the legs. And this would have had columns up here also, and then a tree has grown. Yeah, this is really nice. I like this this temple ruin. There's not a whole lot here, but it's kind of cool to get out here and climb around on it. This is the last thing we'll look at here. Now you can see how they've built the houses and everything right up to the edge of the temple. Now what's cool is I've seen a couple of other ones of these buildings right here. So this would have been either for the royals or for some of the clergy, the high-ranking priests or monks, to come over here and stay at this. These bricks are really, really wore. Now if you go to Wat Khun Mueang or Wat Po, there's buildings very similar to this. Last time I came here, this was all underwater and you couldn't go up in here. It's dry now, so you can see it has like the lotus bud arch, and you can actually go into this little ruin. So they would have had a second story up on top of it. And you can see these would have been the windows for the second story. It would have been quite large. The one at Wat Khun Mueang is gigantic. It's in really, really good shape. All right, so that's everything here. I'm gonna see if I can fly the drone. I wanna see what that chedi looks like by the drone. And then we'll call that good out here at this temple. Those dogs are annoying. It's like you go to these temples and sometimes you got to be pretty wary. They are wary. Those dogs will bite you. So you never know, and you don't want to have to go get a rabies shot if you can avoid it. Over here we got another little part of the chedi that has collapsed down. And then we have a coffee shop and restaurant and stuff like that over here. All right, so here's the side of this chedi. You can see a lot of the plaster work up there. So they say it's 19.3 meters wide, the base, and it's similar to the chedi at Wat Pratu Khao of St. Clawbury in Chai Nat province. And I'm trying to think if I've been to that. And they think it was maybe constructed in the early Ayutthaya era. And like I said, this is probably built on top of another temple that goes back to the Dawadi era and Khmer era that was in the Lopburi. All right, this is the whole site right here. Yeah, really quite nice. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this Wat Khun Mueang Chai. That's an old temple that, like I said, it's associated with the oath-giving ceremonies that the Thai kings used to do, where they would come over and swear allegiance like before battle and all of that. So anyway, this is an interesting site. It's not overly large, but it is in a cool area and it's easy to get to. So if you're out here exploring the historical park, you can stop over here. You'll have the ruins all to yourself. You can walk around and kind of enjoy your time. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and you get to see some more videos. I like to show these old temples. It's a lot of fun for me. So if you like it, then you're in the right spot. And if you know more about this temple than I do, leave me a comment down below. Or if you have any questions or comments, tell me that also. And until next time, from over here in Ayutthaya, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.